The Resurrection Series, Story 4, On the Road to Emmaus, Part 2, taken from Luke chapter 24, verses 28 through 43. This story is the continuation of the previous one. Have you ever had a conversation that you just didn't want to end? As the travelers approach Emmaus, Jesus indicates his intention of continuing on alone, but the disciples do not want their time to end. Imagine their joy and excitement when their companion agrees to spend the night. But they are certainly not prepared for what happens next. Here is the rest of this incredible story. When Jesus and his 2 disciples came to the village of Emmaus, where they were going, Jesus acted as though he would go farther. But they urged him, saying, "Stay with us. The sun is going down. The day is almost over." So Jesus went in to stay with them. Now it happened that as Jesus reclined at the table to eat with his disciples, that he took the bread. After Jesus blessed the bread, he broke it and gave it to them. Immediately their eyes were opened, and they recognized who he was. But Jesus vanished from their sight. Then the disciples said to each other, "Did not our hearts burn within us while he talked with us on the road, while he opened the Scriptures to us?" So they got up that very hour and returned to Jerusalem. When they found the 11 and the rest of the disciples who were with them gathered together, they said to them, "The Lord is risen indeed, and has just appeared to Simon." And the 2 disciples told about the things that had happened to them on the road, and how Jesus had revealed himself to them by the breaking of the bread. And as the 2 disciples were telling them all of these things, Jesus himself appeared and stood right in the middle of them. And Jesus said to them, "Peace be to you." But the disciples were terrified and frightened because they thought they were seeing a spirit. But Jesus said to them, "Why are you troubled? Why are your hearts so full of doubt? Look, here are my hands and my feet. Touch me and see. A spirit does not have flesh and bones, as you see that I have." After he said this, Jesus showed the disciples his hands and his feet, but they were so overwhelmed with joy and amazement they could hardly believe it. The Resurrection Series, Story 4, On the Road to Emmaus, Part 2, taken from Luke chapter 24, verses 28 through 43.